discovered, oh my gosh, I have to go to different albums. Here it is. I just got, so the picture that I first sent you was this.
Yeah.
But it turns out this, I think, is like somebody just painted this on Photoshop.
Oh, okay.
I found the original photo and she just has like regular brown hair. So this is actually not even no color.
Okay. That's okay.
But yeah, this, I like.
I've done a color similar to that before.
Okay. Yeah, so I like this one. It's kind of got a little bit of a purplish hue.
Yeah.
And then this is the one that came from your Instagram that I really liked. Because I really like that color.
Okay.
And I think one of the questions that you asked me is like solid or like a blended, which is this, right?
Yeah,
this
that's
like
more blended. You can see the dark in between.
That's right, yeah.
Let's see. Yeah.
And I think my first reaction is that I wanted it to be like a solid because I've wanted to have blue hair since I was like 18 and I've just like never gotten around to it, and I think I've talked to you about it like multiple times. I talked to you about it in person when you cut my hair once, and then it's just like felt so exorbitant and I didn't. My only thing about, so like I don't mind it to be like a very dramatic change, and like, you know, if it doesn't grow out as well, like I'd rather that it like look like get my final blue hair, if that means I need to like just bleach it and then dye it all black later on, like then I'll do that. Like it's okay basically. I just need to do this once in my life.
Okay.
So the only thing I was gonna say is that what I didn't like this look, kind of that kind of highlights. I think for number one, I think this is like a very bright blue, and I think I don't like as much of like a cobalt bright. And then,
do you like this part of it though?
yeah, this part's pretty.
It's just this front part that looks too blue.
Yeah, I think it's the highlights with the black and then the like bright blue.
Okay. You're talking about the color, not the placement, because the placement is really similar to the other photo.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was trying to figure out, because I was like, I looked at this and I'm like, because I was trying to decide if I wanted to do solid blend or highlights, right? And I looked at this and I thought, you know, I don't like highlights, I don't want that.
You want to do the solid?
Yeah, but then the other one you could barely tell, at least in the photo, that it was.
That's because she had a few sessions with me.
I see.
This one, she normally waits a little bit longer.
Okay.
She would come in more frequently, so she had less dark in between.
I see, that's why.
So that
this
took
one,
a couple sessions to get that solid like that with the highlights.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, got it. Yeah, so I think this is the same woman that from like the back. So I think if that's the case, I think I probably want to go for solid then.
Okay.
Because I think it's gonna look more maybe drastic like this. Is that true?
What do you mean by drastic?
I think drastic, I mean, I don't like the highlights because of the black and the blue, like it looks very different in color.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, you don't like the contrast.
Contrast, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, we can do the solid.
Okay.
You see that fade? That's what you're looking at as far as fade.
Yeah.
This one, it looks more purpley when it fades in blue. This one just looks straight green.
This one will fade green. Yeah, I know. And I think actually that's one of the reasons why I decided not to do it a couple of years ago, because I was like, oh, it's just, like, I don't like the fade that it colors.
It fades so fast.
Yeah.
Like in a month or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's exactly why I haven't done it.
Okay.
And I've now decided that I've wanted to do it for so long, I am willing to do it.
Okay.
And then I'm willing to go in, and after it's faded and I don't like, and I know I will not like the color, I'm just going to go in and like, I don't even know, like just dye it all black or do something very drastic, like
okay.
Just get rid of it.
Okay, that's fine.
And I just think that if I don't do it, I will never have my blue hair.
Okay. Yeah, we can do it.
Okay.
The other thing is I have to see how light you get too, because the girl that has the color that you actually like, it took her a few sessions to get that light.
Yeah.
So let's say your hair doesn't get as light, would you be okay with an alternative color?
Like what do you mean?
Because that denim blue, you have to be very blonde underneath.
I see.
Yeah. It's got to be like almost like a platinum blonde tone underneath. And if your hair doesn't get that light,
what can it look like instead then?
we could do more purpley blue, but that would just make it brighter, like the photos that you don't like, is what I'm saying.
Like, is this kind of like a purpley blue? But this at least feels a little darker.
Feels darker, okay.
Yeah.
But just know it washes out really fast.
Okay.
Like that will fade light really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was also this one.
Maybe like something like in between, not her ends, but like this top
Okay.
tone-ish.
Okay.
This one, she's platinum blonde underneath it.
I think that's a thing. Yeah, well, maybe we can see if we can get to that kind of light color. I've never dyed my hair, so I have no idea.
Okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a client wanting to do a blue all over. She's never dyed her hair before, so we are working with virgin hair. So our goal today is pretty much to get her bleached out solid, because she did explain and I did show her pictures of doing a more balayage highlighted look to kind of have a softer grow out. But she explained that she didn't love the contrast between the dark hair left in between the highlights with the blue. So she wanted it to be completely solid and have no dimension with the highlights whatsoever. So I'm going to be going in with pretty much like a platinum card application, and for this technique I will be starting in the back. I am using the Danger Jones bleach for this, and I started off mixing up 5 volume and 20 volume, essentially making something similar to 10 volume. And I am just going through the hair and taking very thin slices in the back and laying it right on top of the previous section, making sure that I fully saturate but leaving her root. The reason why I'm leaving her root is because I don't want her root to process lighter than her ends. There is about 1/2 inch of body heat that the scalp produces, which speeds up the process of any type of lightener, kind of similar to how you would put a client under the dryer to kind of speed up the process. So I'm leaving the root out because if I were to hit the root right now, the root would lighten a lot lighter and faster than the mids and ends. So just keeping it off root about 1/2 inch. And as my sections get a little bit bigger, I do kind of place a foil just to kind of stay neat and try to avoid the root as much as possible. And so again, by now I've probably bumped up my lightener to about 20 volume, still using the Danger Jones bleach. And I love this bleach because, guys, this bleach has some really great strength in it. But in addition to lightening the hair pretty light, I don't have to worry about this lightener compromising the hair because it's formulated with bonder. And then the other thing is this bleach is actually also formulated with some seaweed extract, which helps soothe the scalp. So later down the line, when the mids and ends are pretty much ready, I will be hitting the root because that body heat is going to help that root process a lot quicker and catch up to those mids and ends. And the seaweed in this lightener helps with soothing the scalp, because we all know when you put lightener on skin and even the scalp, it can create a bit of sensitivity. And so I love this lightener because it just makes my clients feel extremely comfortable during the whole process. So now I'm going in, I've pretty much finished the whole back, and I'm now moving on to the sides, doing the exact same technique using 20 volume, laying down the hair right on top of the previous section, taking very thin slices, and there I'm just having a foil on the underneath. And I did cover her ear with a little bit of a cotton just to kind of protect it, because when you're doing a platinum card in this type of technique, the foils can slip because there is just so much product on the hair. So I just like to kind of give a little bit more protection around the skin to put some cotton around her ears. So I know to apply the lightener to her root when her mids and ends have pretty much reached, I would say, at least like a level 8. It's a little bit hard to tell because of the lighting here, but she has pretty much reached to a level 8 and 9. So I'm going in quickly to hit that root, and I'm not rinsing out the mids and ends. I'm applying this root lightener with just 20 volume right on top, and this is just going to help catch everything up. So after the mids and ends and the root are done processing, I'm going to be going in with the Danger Jones artistic toners. And I'm using the artistic toners to do pretty much a pre-tone on my client. So for her pre-tone, I am using some cool blonde and silver to kind of neutralize some of that yellow out, so that when we place a blue on her hair, it doesn't look either too green or fade out too green. So those were some of the things that, as I was doing consultations with this client, I did mention that blue tends to fade green depending on how yellow you're lifted to, and she started off with, she naturally has very dark Asian hair and can pull more on the yellow side. So I warned her that the color has a higher potential of it fading green. So before doing the blue, it's really important to share with clients to give them the expectation of what the color would fade into. To kind of counteract that, I did that pre-tone, and you can see it kind of toned her to like a more silvery ash blonde tone. And now I'm going into the fun part using the Danger Jones semi-permanent color line. This is just color straight out of the tube. And for her semi-permanent formula, I'm using a mixture of Solitude, which is more of like their brighter, deeper blue. And I canceled out the intensity of that blue with Burnout, which is more of their brighter orange tone, to kind of make it more of like a muted blue like she wanted. And then we added some Libertine in there to kind of help with canceling out some of that yellow as the blue starts to deposit.
That looks so cool. Right. So cute when it's curled.
Yay! So much volume, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty guys, so here is the finished look. She absolutely loved it. It came out beautifully, and hopefully this doesn't fade out too green. I did recommend her to use some color depositing shampoo at home to kind of help keep the blue in and prevent it from fading out green, but hopefully that pre-tone did the trick and all of that. She did text me about 3 weeks later saying that the color was still holding up really well, and she was using more of like a grayish tone color depositing shampoo to kind of help maintain that more denim smoky look. And I absolutely love this cut and color combo on her, and I'm just so happy that I was able to kind of give her dreamy blue hair that she's always wanted. Alrighty guys, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in, and as always, I will talk to you guys next week.